I'm feeling delighted for the players and delighted for the England supporters. I think there was a fair contingent there today. That's incredible. So you were hearing them sing, and they helped the team immensely. So I'm delighted the players showed great resilience, great spirit, and changed things tactically within the game, which is immense credit to Owen, the way he led, and the players, the way they kept fighting.
What did you like? What didn't you like? What are you going to be looking at as we kind of move forward?
Well, I think firstly, what did I like? I liked that this was an incredible test match, and I think right now, as you're looking here at this Six Nations, you're seeing how Italy just pushed Ireland so hard, and I only saw bits of the game, but I've heard reports of it. You've seen this as an incredible tournament, and after we've had some, it's a tough time for rugby in so many different ways right now, and those Welsh players, what they have been through the last couple of weeks and produce a performance like that, I thought they deserve incredible respect for it. So what did I enjoy? I enjoyed this being a phenomenal test match, played out in an incredible atmosphere with a jam-packed full of supporters as part of this awesome tournament.
Can I just ask Owen, how did it feel for you? Because I know it's the second win under Steve now, third game together. How do you feel for it?
Yeah, it felt good. We've just been speaking in the changing room, and just first of all, I'd like to back Steve up there with what he said about Wales. It seems like it's been an incredibly tough week, and for this Test match to go ahead the way that it did, I thought it was brilliant. In terms of what we did, we wanted to take another step forward. We keep saying that this is the start of our journey, and we feel like we had a good step forward today. We thought our attitude was brilliant, especially when things didn't go our way. I thought the response just after that half time, after we conceded the try, was fantastic, and I felt like that last 20 minutes was a real step forward for us.
Steve, you said that you pay credit to players for changing things tactically. What did you? Was that something that the players had to do on the run, and what did they change?
Well, I think what you saw first half was, and I think there was an improvement there in our ability and intent to move the ball to the edge. I think you saw the speed of ball improve, which is what I discussed post the Italy game, and I think there was a really well worked try, which Ant took so well in the corner. Then after half time, there was the interception try, and the response of the players then was magnificent, to go straight back down the end and score. And then the game, clearly Wales took this game into a kicking contest, and the players are very much a kicking off nine contest, and I thought players and then it turned into a real pressure battle, and what they did so well was adapt to that and found a way to try and win in that pressure battle. I thought so there's almost the halves were very, very different, but that tells me a lot about our players, how intelligent they are and composed they are on the pitch, and the response, just to echo Owen's words there about the response having conceded a try. And I've said this to you before, when we went behind against Scotland and the players came back and got back in front, and today the response having a setback, because they've been here in Cardiff and had those setbacks before and not responded that way. So it shows how the team's growing with Owen's leadership.
Owen, is there anything sort of hindering your goal kicking at the moment? Is it just a very rare training day for the team?
I didn't kick well. No, that was it was obviously weren't coming off the way I'd like it to be. But I've been here before. I'll get hard to work again. The only thing with that was that the team probably deserved to be further ahead, and the team worked hard to be further ahead. And I thought the fight that they showed to stick in it, and especially away from home, and I said again in that last 20 minutes to take control of the game like they did, I thought it was fantastic. So I'll get back to work.
Can you be pleased though, at least, because you said before the game, obviously there would be mistakes, and it'd be how you respond to them. And, you kind of embodied that, didn't you? Because you didn't let those.
Yeah, well, I'm pleased with the performance as a whole. as we said, we want to keep stepping forward, and that to me, for the reasons that we've just spoke about for the last couple of questions, that to me was a real step forward. And now we've got a week's training together to get after it and learn quickly again and prepare for a massive test match in 2 weeks.
In terms of the use of the bench, can you just explain how the thought process where you put the forwards on a bit earlier than Marcus Smith and Aaron got 14 seconds at the end? What's the kind of thinking?
Yeah. So quickly, you go into the game with a concept of what you're going to go for in terms of the interchanges, and that game was a game that was a real arm wrestle in that second half, and the balance of it, I saw some of the forwards in that arm wrestle. I thought they played their hearts out, and I thought I needed to make those changes. Sometimes when you come to those other aspects, you can upset the rhythm of the team if you make too many changes. So that's why I held back, and ultimately we let them line up to about to go, and I wanted to try and get fourth try, and I tried to put the players on, and I've spoken to them all. You make the decisions as a coach and what you see and what you feel. And I decided at that point in time it wasn't the right way to make those changes at that point.
Those two guys itching for a bit more game time?
I think all the players are desperate to play, and that's testament to them. And I've said this to you now a few times about what we're trying to build here is a squad of players that are always working towards the team being at the forefront and helping the team prepare. And sometimes your role's to start, sometimes your role's to come off the bench, and sometimes your role's to support the team as being 24th or 25th man. And I ask the players, whatever their role is, do it with everything you can to help this team improve.
Thanks. James, we'll come to you.
Hi, Steve mentioned on the last writers' briefing after the interview, you've got a checklist of things that you're working on for this period of time. Today we saw fantastic work speed, really good work in terms of contestables, but also early on some max values coming into the role, pace, time target. Are they the three things that you've been focused on as the build up to the game? And also, how happy are you that you've got those support runners coming off the floor, that looks like it's starting to work?
Yeah, we feel like we're getting better, and I think there's bits of it poking through now, and as we said, the more time we spend together, the quicker we want to learn, and the more that we want to push on. With us being at the start of our journey, we have to make sure that we're laying the foundations, and we feel like we're doing that. But at the same time, we've got to make sure that we're having little conversations and trying to get on the same page and fill the gaps as players. And you see little bits of personality coming out and little bits of combinations coming together within that. And I think the more time we spend together doing that, the more we'll be on the same page. And that's a big thing for us this week again, to push on.
Very lastly for me, you saw you speaking to both Ken a couple of articles after the game. Must be a lot of warmth from you guys considering what they've been through this week.
Yeah, well, I know most of the players. Not all of them, but I know quite a few. I know a lot of their leaders, a lot of their players who've been around for a while, and the main thing, and I've said it this week, that I know they're all reasonable people. I know that they're not going to be asking for things that aren't reasonable. So I just hope it gets sorted and is sorted for them as quickly as possible and as fairly as possible.
Thanks. Will?
Yeah, Owen, I was just going to ask you about your kicking strategy and putting them under pressure with those little kicks to the corner. Can you just explain what that's about and why you choose to do that when you might use the backs perhaps?
In terms of what, sorry?
Like those chances where you might have had a 2-1 or something like that and they've often kicked it into the corners. Is that a pressure tactic?
I'm not sure we had a 2-on-1 and kicked it into the corner, but to try and keep us on the front foot, do you mean, in their half?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
There's similar in Italy, I think, that game too, where to a couple of times,
Yeah.
22 kicked in.
I probably thought you'd have seen more of that in the Italy game, not as much today. I thought we kept the ball in hand in that first half in particular. I kicked one out in the full, a crossfield kick, which was more of an attacking kick than a kick to put them under pressure in the corner. And Slady made a good decision, that one that went dead, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head. A lot of the kicking today was done around halfway. A lot of the kicking was done off good decisions, I thought. When momentum was taken away at times, then we went to it. I thought when we was on the front foot and we were getting that speed of ball, we were moving the ball to the edge pretty well. But there was mistakes with that. And we want to be better at that, and we want to take more opportunities. But in terms of what you said, I don't think it was quite like that.
With those attacking kicks, what are you looking for when you make them? What switches your mind to say that's on now?
Space, normally. Space and connections between your wingers and finding space, whether it's to kick to hand or kick to cause chaos. As I said, probably most of the kicking today was done around that halfway. There's probably one or two that was in their half, but kicking's a big part of the game. There's a lot of tries scored off kicking, and we're looking to get a bit better at every aspect.
Steve, a lot of viewers seem to think that kicking in rugby isn't very good to watch, not very easy on the eye. What's your opinion on that?
I think that it's part of the contest. I was watching Crusaders versus the Chiefs this morning. Played yesterday, and thought it's seeing the kicking being a big part of Super Rugby as well. I think and I don't know necessarily what's going to happen after the end of round 3, but the two teams that kicked more metres than anybody else, I think, going into round 3 were France and Ireland in the Six Nations. I might again, you'd have to correct it, but I think they kick more metres than anybody else, and they are 1 and 2 in the two of the top teams in the world. So it's a part of the game. I think the way, certainly when you play against a team that's got a great line speed defence, is that I think they're trying to install here at Wales here, then I think you've seen that line speed defence, then you've been able to check that line speed using a different weapon. It's only sensible to consider all options.
Thanks. And we'll finish with Owen, thank you.
Just a question, Owen, you mentioned a bit about you're at the start of a journey in that. Is it really a complete reset now? Is there not a lot of work that you've all done together that you can build on, or because of the new coaching team you have to go considerably back to start again?
Well, we're obviously trying to play the way that Steve wants us to play, and that's different, and we're learning how to do that, and we're learning quickly, and we're trying to get those ideas out on the pitch as quickly as we can, and understand inside out the way that we want to play. So yeah, it's different, and that's where we're starting. And we start, as I said before, we start with the fundamentals first, and build on that. And we feel so far we've made a good start on that, and we're looking forward to building on it.